Muted.
Today's session is how to promote your website. Very important session. The reason is that, some people think that just working on a computer is what it's all about. It actually isn't. The computer is just the first part. You get that up and running, and it actually makes your life easier because it's like a 24-hour assistant on the internet working for you, and you really only need to log into these websites a minimum of once a month. And then look after a few things in the to-do list on these websites that we supply, and that goes for all websites in the world. So today's session will apply to actually all websites in the world, what we're going to be talking about, not just the ones from ICIWorld. We actually support all websites in the world, and I'm just going to get Shondell to lower her sound. Shondell, can you lower your sound of your computer? It's actually getting feedback into my other office here. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And so what's really important is for you to get traffic to your website, and that's what today's session is all about. And you can be to the top of the search engines, if that's what you're really interested in, within 48 hours of this conversation. And we're going to be showing you how to get to the top of the search engine within 48 hours before we're finished here today. But let's get started. Where did we learn some of our information? Well, some time ago, we saw that everyone was struggling to get more people to their websites, and they put on these ICIWorld search engine optimization clinics from time to time, and it costs in the area of $4,000 to $6,000 and even more to attend these things by the time you figure out your travel expenses and also the major registration fees that you have to get in. And who goes there are people interested in search engine optimization, all the website people of the world. And then you've got Microsoft Corporation attending, Yahoo Corporation, Google was attending, all of these major, and there's over 1,000 website people attending these search engine optimization conventions, and they have services. And what they have is workshops going all day long. And on these workshops, basically what happens is that they analyze websites, and everyone's in a room analyzing these websites all day long, and they give comments on what makes the website better and what doesn't. And we kind of went through the whole week of that from 7 in the morning till 7 at night, learning all these things. And there was only 2 real estate people out of 1,000 that were there. I was one of them from Toronto and another gentleman from Los Angeles. But I found it very interesting because as a broker, I'm a broker. What do I know about this stuff? But by going to these search engine optimizations, you're starting to learn what it really takes to get up in what we call a natural fashion. And this natural fashion of getting to the top of the search engine is what everybody's interested in, so that you can get people coming to your website without having to spend money. But then, tell you the truth, people, in the major cities of the world, you really got to think about making a pay-per-click to get to the top of these search engines. But within your cities, there's neighborhoods, and you can optimize your website for the neighborhoods that you're in. So in a city like Toronto, where you have High Park District, and you've got the Distillery District, and you got all of these different areas, you can come to the top of the search engines for the individual neighborhoods and areas actually quite easily in an organic or natural fashion. Now, if you're in a smaller city in whatever state or province you're in, you can probably get to the top of the search engines without having to go pay-per-click. But even if it is pay-per-click, you can get it for as little as 10 and 20 cents per click rather than $2, $3, $4, and $5 per click, which you have to do in some of the major cities. Now, how does that work when you're thinking about it? And I'm giving you feedback now that I've been getting from attending some of these search engine optimization conventions. If somebody goes to your website, or they see your website on the internet when they search in Google, and they don't click on it, there's no charge for you. So your website can be coming up time and time and time again with pay-per-click and not getting a charge until somebody actually clicks on the link. And if it was $5 per click, but somebody went to your website and they saw a home or a commercial property and they called you, you went and showed it and made $40,000, was it worth it? Obviously, it was worth it, even though it was $5 a click. That's the concept here, which people say, I don't want to spend more than 25 or 50 cents a click or something like that. It's really, the bottom line is, are you doing deals? Now, I don't care, and I'm going to challenge Google and other corporations out there, because we're in the brokerage business, all of us. They can tell me I'm getting 1,000 hits or I'm getting 1,000 this or 1,000 that. But if I'm not getting a phone call for somebody to go see a property, something's wrong. Something is wrong. Now, one of the things that's happening with people is they have, let's say, MLS listings showing on your website, which is good. However, the addresses of these MLS listings are actually showing, so people could get the address first. And is it possible, if they get the address first, they could actually end up driving by the property, seeing the sign on the property from the other broker, calling the other broker, and end up doing a deal. Meantime, you're the one that was spending all the money on the advertising. Okay, so what we're trying to get at, it's still important, however, to have that on your website, all your real estate board listings. But in addition to that, your website really has to be set up first so that it can have some listings that people cannot click on. So if they see some of the ones that you have from MLS, that's wonderful. But then if they can see some other ones that are exclusive that they can't click on, they're going to have to call you on some of these other ones. And that's where ICIWorld has kicked in with its widgets, where we supply listings for your website. Now we're going to demonstrate all that as we kind of go on here today. And when we're finished, I really appreciate everyone's input and feedback from what we have done here today, because we do have a special pledge to the industry that everyone should be generating leads every 90 days. And that's your measurement, people. You should mark it down, 90 days, and mark down today's date. And if you have not done a deal in the next 3 months as a result of any of this stuff we're talking about, or at the very minimum, develop good business leads that you feel will lead to doing deals, you must give us a call. And we can look at the websites, look at your strategy, go over if you have a pay-per-click campaign, those kinds of things, and then how are you handing out your business cards. Now there's another strategy we're going to talk about today too, and that is a special strategy from ICIWorld. This is an ICIWorld strategy that we feel that every member of ICIWorld should have, and that is to have a mobile website and to get every single person in your sphere of influence to put their mobile phone address as a shortcut on their mobile phone. So that means that whenever all your customers, and let's say you had 500 of them, and over the next 1 or 2 years, you get every single one of them to put your mobile phone onto their phone as a shortcut. Whenever they want to search for real estate, they can go to their phone, they find something they like, they call you on the phone to go see it, and you make $10,000, $20,000. So the strategy of having a mobile website on their phone is wonderful. And guess what, people? You don't have to buy the phones for them. They've already got them. And it's free for your shortcut. That's wonderful. So here's everybody's got these $500 and $1,000 phones, which is great for enjoying things. It's amazing to me how Drake can get 350 million streaming videos downloaded on his new music, and everybody's enjoying themselves. That's wonderful. And I look at our educational YouTube video site, which helps brokers make from 10 to over $1 million have made on ICIWorld, and we're getting just a few clicks, when really a lot of the money is being made through all the tools and everything that we're developing for the whole industry here. Anyways, hopefully over time it's going to change, and more people will see all these educational YouTube videos that we've got there, because they're all filled with I kind of liken ourselves to the Beatles when they were working in Liverpool designing all their music. They had so much music that they had made. It was all over the floor and everything, all their cuttings and everything, and then they eventually come out with a really nice record. Well, we're sort of like developing all these tools for the industry, and we're putting them all out there, but everybody's so busy and overwhelmed with information, it's hard to kind of get to, and we don't blame people, because we know they're so busy. But if you get through some of them just once and take advantage of these tools, it starts working for you. Now, why promote with a passion? Well, the highest return on investment in the industry is real estate on the internet. And one lead could make you $10, $20, $40, $50,000. And we've had brokers here who made $50,000 with 2 hours work from getting a call on an industrial building. They could not see the address, so they got a hold of the the broker, and then from there they just followed it up and end up doing a showing, and away you go. And that happens time and time again, and each of you also has examples of how you've made money through the internet. So it's very, very exciting. So promoting with the passion is really your business on the internet. It's really an office building that you have on the internet that's got to be taken a lot more seriously. Everybody's rushing around, and they're ignoring the fact that in every moment when you hand out your business card is an opportunity to tell them about your office building on the internet, which has thousands of listings. It's not only got commercial and residential listings from the Toronto Real Estate Board, if that's who you belong to, or Orange County, if you're in Florida, and different boards throughout California and Vancouver and Montreal, etc. And we've got new brokers joining from Sault Ste. Marie. All of these services from real estate boards are wonderful. But in addition to that, there's other services out there, one from the major company that we supply websites for as an official distributor, and then another one, of course, from ICIWorld. So you end up with 3 major world networks. And anytime you have a chance to add a major world network of listings to your website, we suggest that's a very important thing to do. Adding listings to your website from more than one source can really help trigger leads. So this is your website. You want to get all your customers to get it onto their phones, and that is your sphere of influence. Could be classed as if you go to a wedding, for instance, and there's 200, 300, 400 people at the wedding. Wouldn't it be nice if they were all putting your website on their phone? Now you can write this down, ICIWorld.com/race, R-A-C-E, and I'll take a shot at clicking on that right now and see if it comes up nicely for you. And this will come up on a phone as well, ICIWorld.com/race. And this is applicable for all real estate brokers and salespeople in the whole world should be doing this stuff. And what it basically is that there's a race on. You've got to do this stuff before other brokers beat you to the punch. They're going to get their mobile site onto your customer's phone. I mean, a lot of customers know more than one real estate person in their life. So if you can get your website onto their phone before all the other brokers get it onto their phone, and you have a major advantage to be long-lasting, because other brokers have only got MLS on their phones, on their websites. That's it. They can only search, the real estate boards, and that's it. You are going to have 2 sources of exclusive listings that other brokers do not have, and that's a major competitive advantage for you in your particular marketplace. And you can go through and read all about that and see sample websites, for instance. In fact, I'll just click on that see sample website. So part of this, what we're doing today, is to show you that you've got to have sample website, like a website that people go to and can see. Just hang on one second. Let me see if I can just find out which one here I'm going to click on. I'll just go to Samples by Real Estate Company and click on one of these websites and click on one of these. Hang on one moment here. Now we've got demos. You see the first 10 minutes of this demo and call for a demo here. Actually, I'm just going to type it right in here. Here's one that we did, and there's good news for everyone here that's listening in, because we've developed a new residential widget, which I'm about to display. Here's an example of a website that we've just made within the last week here, and you'll see how there's beautiful pictures coming across the screen, and these are, like, believe it or not, they're $19 a month if you do it monthly. If you do it by the year for $199, that works out to $16.50 monthly for these websites. That's today. I better give the date because prices can change over time. We are in the end of March of 2017, because these videos can be seen 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10 years from now, and they're still applicable. The concepts are still applicable. They're just like solid things that kind of work for you. And there's actually a special on today for $159 for the whole year. Divide that by 12, I think it works out to $11 or $12. It's incredible. So the prices have really kind of come down. So you want to call us right after this seminar here today and order one of these websites. They're free for 1 month, absolutely free for 1 month. And then after for 1 month, that's when the hosting is required to keep it going, and you'll have a choice to keep it going or not. Now, where you really make the money is on these particular widgets that you see up here, the choices for listings. Now, this is a new search that we have here, residential exclusives, which I'm going to click on. And this is a new widget that all the brokers on our service do not have, and everybody's got to be changed over. So I'm going to make it smaller, and you're going to, hang on, let me just do the background here. So I'll make that smaller too, and I'm going to make that smaller too, and that smaller too. There we go. So in other words, when somebody clicks here, they can go here, and they can click on, you know, GTA homes and condos, and they can get beautiful color phones, except she hasn't got her listings working yet. Let me just see if I can get another one that is working. She's just brand new and hasn't got everything kind of going yet. But Nadia has got hers going, I think. Let's try her website. Again, this is another, you know, $16.50 website, and you'll see how beautiful it is, how you can get your photos, and this is where your heart, mind, and soul should be coming out in these photos to show what it is that you do. And you can see it's a lot of good residential real estate that's coming up on the screen and makes your website look residential, and it shows the area you might be working as well. And then if you have commercial pictures, it makes your website look commercial. Just by changing the photos, it looks commercial. To give you a good example of that, look at the ones that are on ICIWorld. All of a sudden, you're going to see the pictures change there, hopefully. And, you know, there's a sample of developers who can buy land, for instance. Pictures of Vancouver and all the condos and office towers showing residential and commercial. And you can get these photos by going to a company called Shutterstock.com. I'm going to suggest you don't buy them. We have an account there. And if you want us to kind of get the photos for you and then maybe help you install these things, commercial buildings, and then you'll see beautiful sceneries from waterfronts of different cities around the world, because we handle, actually we're serving the planet Earth with ICIWorld.mobi, the mobile devices. And you'll see the city of Toronto. And there's our concept that we're a real estate broker, a mobile real estate networking service is kind of what we do. So by putting these lovely photos on the front page of your website, it can give it a certain feel for what it is that you're doing. Now, what you're going to see is when these buttons are set up, and the other one was a little premature, I'm going to click on the GTA homes and condos because we work with Nadia. She's got hers all up and running. And you're going to see some beautiful photos of properties kind of come up on the screen. Now, if somebody is interested in any one of these properties, they can go ahead and click on them. And let's say I was to click on maybe that they've only got one photo. I'll click on this particular one here. You should definitely have at least 5 or more photos, or the networks that we belong to can actually stop your listings from showing on their website. So when you advertise something on ICIWorld, your listings are actually advertised on 2,000 other brokers' websites instantly, and you have that choice to say yes or no to do that. And in this case, with the websites, it's the same thing. You can agree to allow your listings to be on other brokers' websites, so it's tremendous penetration of the marketplace. Now, I call this the ultimate in marketing on the internet, when you can have beautiful photos like this coming up on a person's mobile phone. Now, how does it look on a mobile phone? Here's how it looks. So in other words, somebody can have your pictures of all your website coming up on their phone. This is what you should show them. You should bring up the websites that we're creating for you, show this to your customer, and show how it can be a simple link on their website. And we'll show you how to do that towards the end of the program. If I forget, somebody should, why that chat window doesn't work, I don't know. But if you want to know that during the session, or just simply go to ICIWorld.com and book a, just let me show you how to do that, one moment. On ICIWorld.com, it says up here, make an appointment. All the questions that you are maybe accumulating during today's session that we cannot answer, make an appointment and we'll do a little one-on-one session with you. You just click on that and you can make it a 30-minute session, and you'll see that you can kind of pick any day of the week, and you know, if you want a certain day, you just kind of click on there, click on your time and book it. It automatically goes into our calendar. And then what you do is you simply come back to ICIWorld 10 minutes before your time and just click on the webinars up at the top, which is right there. And that's how everyone gets personal one-on-one assistance. You click on this webinars workshop and get right back into it. And so what you have here, are these beautiful color photos coming up. People are going to see your name and number, and you notice there's no address showing. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so that's going to be one little step in the right direction to help trigger calls. But in addition to that, if I go right to the top, you'll see this little hamburger button up here. It's the one with the lines. I'm going to click on that. We've just looked at GTA homes and condos, but people can also search the MLS. And we've had brokers tell me that they've had prices up to $800 and $900 to install this widget on their website. And, you know, if somebody wants to search a certain area and click on enter. Now, I think that their widget could be improved a little bit. In fact, you might even want to talk to them about it, that it's not, oh, too many listings returned. I find that you have to slide down here and slide the mouse over a little bit before you can actually see the map showing. Although you can do it this way too. So that's helpful. And people are pretty handy with this stuff. When you start talking to them about it, they're pretty handy to doing all of this kind of stuff. I'd like to get into, oh, this is actually down in another area of the province in this particular case. And anyways, it shows you how people can search the MLS on this website. Now, the other thing that they can search real nicely is the residential exclusives, which none of you have. No one's got the, oh, what happened here? Just one moment, please. I thought we had the new widget on her website, residential exclusives. Okay, this is our older widget, people. Okay, so in other words, if people are interested in Brampton, the information does work. It does come up, and there it is, but it's a little bit off the screen. Okay, so she's got some of the things done on her website, but the one widget for residential is older, and yet on this one, we've got the new residential widget working. Let's just make and show you how that works. So when people click on residential exclusives, there's only about 4 people that have this new button on their website. These are all residential listings, and if I want to search the latest ones, there they are, all coming up on the screen real nicely, and you'll see the very latest one. And if I was to click on, say, that particular one right there, bingo, you can't do it, which means that you've got to call Irene in this particular case at this particular number to get more information on that listing. In other words, we don't allow the public to automatically click on it and get the other broker and call them, and then next thing you know, you're not making any money. This way, for all the efforts and everything that you're doing, taking your time out today to learn this stuff, you're going to find that if somebody is interested in that one, they're not going to overlook it. They don't want to miss that particular one. It might be the home of their dreams. They're going to call you up and say, I'm interested in message number 350156. Can you help me? And you should be saying, yes, I can help you. Now, because these listings are on all brokers' websites throughout the province, people in Sudbury and all, just literally Windsor and all over the province can actually be getting calls on Toronto listings and vice versa. You're going to start doing referrals, and every one of you should be doing referrals. If you're not doing referrals every 3 months on these particular listings, then maybe you're not getting enough traffic for your website, and that's why we're all here today, and we're going to be going through some of this more. And so, but how to handle that call is, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. Then you get a hold of the broker that's got that message number and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral fee okay with you? So from these little, $16 websites that you see here, you can be triggering beautiful leads that are resulting in tens of thousands of dollars of commissions that are going on here. Just read the testimonials. People, don't take it for granted. You want to get it working as soon as you can, because the next person that goes to your website can call you on something and you can make money. And if you don't have it planted and ready to working and the doors open on your website to show this stuff, you're actually missing opportunities. So the other thing, of course, is the commercial, and we're recommending, even if you're a residential broker, that you should have these commercial listings on your website, and people can pick any city that you're in, and whatever it might be, if they click on Brampton and do a search, they're going to find these listings on your website, and if this is, what they're looking for, then next thing you know is you end up getting a call on these things and doing either a referral or you can make an appointment and go show those properties, and people are making appointments. We also have they're both mobilized, by the way, just to show you that people can see these listings really kind of nicely by clicking on either, and depending on the province that you're in this case, it's Ontario. It comes up very, very nicely. And, searching by keyword is all here. People are just learning this for the first time. They don't realize that you've got power of sales on your website. You click on search and bingo, up comes all the power of sales. You tell me if that isn't neat, seeing all the power of sales on your website. And things are getting sold through ICIWorld here just really nicely. And it's just filling in the gap in the marketplace that, the real estate boards can't do. There's a lot of stuff that's exclusive that's not on real estate boards. 75% of the information on ICIWorld is exclusive. The World Commercial button is the same way. People can come down here and they can pick a category, pick a keyword that they want to search, and you can do this on your phone. If you do it on your phone, you can see the listings. If people do it on your website, they do have to call you for more information. If I click on search database, bingo, the information comes right up on your website on their phone, and they can call you on these message numbers when they're interested. So that's how listings leads are being triggered, and that I'm suggesting that you got to get that working for you. Otherwise, people could be going to your website, and we'll do we should do one of those searches for the MLS just to show you what I mean by the actual addresses. I was showing it on the phone, but it didn't come up. When people search here, and I'll just put in a location here and put in a price. We'll just make it say 600, 1, 2, 3, up to 650, 0, 1, 2, 3, and see if I can find something right away. Yeah, there they go. Okay, let's click on one of these houses. Now, the nice thing about the link that we install from the Toronto Real Estate Board, it will show your name and your real estate company right here. So this is Nadia's real estate company. And hopefully people will call her on this particular listing. But the addresses do show, and it's possible people might drive by. And that's why it's important for each of you to give good service. Whatever you do, have even your cell phone number right there. And then that way, if they can get a hold of you faster than they can that other broker, you're going to be the one that can go sell that property. So when you get a call off the internet, those people are anxious. And believe me, it's just some people just want to get into the home, and they're just going to call and just want to get in and have a look at that home right away. So getting good service on this is very, very important in today's. It does
Muted.
referrals. They made $45,000 for 75 minutes of work doing referrals. So that's the kind of thing you can do when you get this stuff working. So get excited. We're happy to help every single one of you in your market areas to get going and do that. Those are some of the minimum recommendations that we have to get you going there. Now, without listings, why should anybody call you? Without listings, it's like driving traffic to an empty store. So you really need listings, both MLS and exclusive and commercial and residential. And those are an example of some of the listings that you can have, everything from residential properties to FSBOs, the whole works. There's 6 links that come to you from ICIWorld when you're a member. Okay, these are the widgets, and we've kind of covered them, and they're structured
Muted.
Numbers 1 to 8 on a pad of paper directly under each other. Mark down numbers 1 to 8. And this was a $4,000 lesson that you're saving the money on, because that's how much it cost us to go down to that Las Vegas Hilton Convention Center and take in for 1 week, going from 7 in the morning till 7 at night for a World Search Engine Convention. And the first one is a domain name. You need a domain name for your website, and we're recommending that you have at least 3 domain names. And the 3 domain names, one should be your own name or something simple that people can remember and go to. And if they know your first and last name, whether it be John Smith or sallyfield.com, you just add .com, and if you can get that name, that's very helpful. People who know you can actually go there. They don't even have to write it down. They can go to your website. They can pull up their phone and type it in, and bingo, your website's going to come up on their phone, like right away. And then you just tell them to click. If you're using an Android phone, there's 3 little dots at the top right corner. 3 little dots at the top right corner. You tell them to click on it, and then add shortcut to home screen. That's it. Now, if somebody brings up your website on their mobile phone and they have an iPhone, there's a little share button at the very bottom with a little up arrow on it, and they click on that, and then there's going to be a plus sign, add shortcut to home screen. So you've got it for the iPhone. You now have it for the iPhone and for the Android. I've just told it to you. Again, if you need a little help understanding this, it's important that you show people how to add a shortcut to their phone. You've got to become good at it. You might not even know how to do it right now, but you got to become good at it, because now you can get your real estate website, and you get one person to put your real estate website, and then that person the next day meets somebody who's looking for a house. He can actually pull up his phone, show them how to look for a house, for a residential, commercial. They can search the MLS, everything from your website, see a listing that he likes, it gets his friend to put your website on his phone, and they call you up and you go show a home Tuesday night, the day after you just finished adding it to their phone. Is that possible? You bet it's possible. You know, so without you doing it, you have no chance. No chance if you don't do this. So on the domain names is number 1 you've marked down, and you should have another domain name that has the location in which you do a lot of your work in. So if you're doing a lot of work in Etobicoke, you would like to have a name called etobicokerealestate.com. But as you and I know, people have already beat you to the punch. So you might end up with a name like etobicokerealestateinfo.com, but people have already got that. Or you could have Etobicoke Real Estate for you, the number 4, the letter U.com. Or you could say buy etobicokerealestate.com. And between those several computations that I've just given you for names, you can come up with the word real estate and your local community, no matter where you are in the world, and come up with a name that can be helpful, so that if somebody who knows nothing about you searches Etobicoke Real Estate, because you've got those 3 words in your domain name, you'll come up with 1 million websites. How do you get them to zero in on you? Well, you go to number 2. You make the page title Etobicoke Real Estate as well. So you've got the domain name Etobicoke Real Estate. Now you got the page title Etobicoke Real Estate, and from 1 million results, it drops down to maybe 750,000. And then you get the meta description on your page, the meta description and the meta keywords. And I had in mind to log in today, but I don't know the login for the people that I had in mind to go and log in with here today, unless maybe I try to do it. I'm going to take a chance that Marcia is still here. I think I had an opportunity to do it with her. And Marcia, I don't know. I'm going to try to make you the presenter, Marcia, if you can hear me. If you can hear me, go ahead and share your screen. I'm taking a chance because I don't even know if you're kind of listening. Oh, my God, you're there. Can you log into your website, please? You're beautiful, Marcia. I love it. I really took a chance because I'm not getting any feedback from anybody today because everything's muted, and I'll go to meeting afterwards and find out what happened. Can you please, okay, I want to show 2 things on Marcia's website. Just one moment, please. I'm going to also ask for keyboard and mouse control. Marcia, please. Thank you. And you're going to notice that we've got residential here, and she's got GTA homes and condos. She's got the search MLS. So when people click on search MLS, she's got it. And people can search the MLS very, very nicely from here. And they can search commercial as well. Now you can make commercial a standard one. There's a way to do it. if you do strictly commercial. In this case, people can choose residential or commercial. Now, the next thing that's on the website is the GTA homes and condos, which are, these are all coming from the websites that we supply. And you'll see that people can actually come down here and see all the listings, and they're all sorted by price, and they can click on one of these and end up seeing all the inside beautiful photos of the place. And this is what people really love to see. They love these photos inside, and you'll see all the lovely pictures, and there's a nice picture of Marcia there as well with her phone number. So if people like this particular home, they can call Marcia on this particular property. And if she gives good service, which I know Marcia will, she'll be able to do some good business on these kinds of properties. Just got to get people coming to the property. And we might give them good service. You can do that. And then go down to residential property search. Here's a major button that other websites that I know of do not have. You can go to Marcia's website, and you can actually, and this is great for open houses, people, and this is lead generation. This is how to promote your website on your open houses. You tell people that you put their email address in here, and we can put the minimum price they're looking for, the maximum price that they're looking for. And then if you want residential or whatever it is that you're looking for, condominiums or whatever, and you can specify the locations. Now, this goes for any area in the United States and Canada. We develop a website for you no matter where you are. In fact, the Caribbean, any place in the world. This is a world service with over 300,000 real estate websites from professionals like yourselves and ourselves. And ICIWorld is an official distributor, an official educator, and we are a first line of support. We totally design it up. There's website designers, and you can't blame them, that are charging, $500 to $2,000 to develop a website. We include that in your membership on ICIWorld, which is a $319 per year investment. And I call it investment, not a cost. If it's a cost to you, there's something wrong. You've got to be making money. Every single member. There's 3.5 billion people on the internet. If you're not making money, it's because you've let it go. If you buy a car and you leave it in the driveway and don't even drive it a little bit, there's something wrong. Well, there's a way to get this stuff working. Get it on your business card so everybody you talk to, you can be promoting your own business, because when they go to your website, that's your business. They see something they like, they call you back, you go show it and make $10,000. So you can choose like Greater Toronto area, and then in particular case of, I'm just going to use this Peel region, people can choose Brampton. And then when people choose these various areas, they can go right down to the neighborhood in an area. So if somebody only wants to search, let's say, Meadowvale in Mississauga, you can come and you can choose Mississauga. Let's see if it all comes up. It's working. You can choose a neighborhood that people want to live in, have this website automatically send listings from that neighborhood to them. So if it's in Meadowvale in Mississauga, I can go down to Meadowvale, and there's Meadowvale. And you might choose all of these other areas in Meadowvale as well. So you click on those little squares, and whatever it is that people are interested in, this website will automatically stand at attention, look at every single new listing coming on the network, and check the ones that go to each one of your purchasers. You should have 20 purchasers programmed in here, or you're missing out. All of the purchasers that you get coming through your open houses or meet, you should be programming them all in here. Now, first question that comes up, obviously, is, well, the MLS can do this. Well, the MLS can send them out. And however, up until recently, you had to be the one that programmed the MLS to do it. But I understand that there's some kind of an interface now where people can actually request from the MLS to have them sent to them. And I think that's a possibility. Maybe someone after this session can confirm that with me. But this website, a person can actually subscribe to do it themselves. But what the MLS cannot do is send out the exclusive listings that are on this website. And people, there are beautiful exclusive listings on this website that your customers will miss out if they don't have it. Anybody that does not have one of these websites can be missing out on the exclusive listings coming on from all the people that are on this particular website. Now, some people say, oh, gee, I wish I had the website. You can keep all of your websites. I'm recommending you actually keep all of your other websites. If you can get your advertising down to $16 a month and have a website, you can keep your other websites too. It's within your budget. And it should be within your budget because you should be making money with all of this stuff. And if you're not making money, give us a call, book an appointment, make an appointment with us. So you can program this website to send out listings. Now, 2 weeks after your website, after your open house, somebody visits your website, or maybe they don't even visit the website, they get an email at their office 2 weeks later with a listing that just came for sale. They call you up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and say, you know, Marcia, can you show me this house tonight at 7 o'clock? I just got I've been getting listings from your website, but this is one that we'd really like to see tonight. Can you show it to us? Make sure that you're available, have your information, you know, on your website. And that's where we have things like the contact me button right there. And people contact me. How many times I've gone to a contact me button and Marcia, we haven't got your phone numbers here. We got to fix that. I don't know why it didn't get done, and that's something we normally do, so somehow that's been missed. You better mark that down. You should have your phone numbers right here, and I'm glad that I checked that. I just took a stab at it. It's on the front page. I know if I go to the home on the front page, let's just click on that and see what comes up. Your numbers are here, so that's good, and your cell number is there. People say, should you have your cell number on there? I think so. You want them to call you on a house and go show it to you at 7 o'clock tonight? You want them to go through a lot of rigmarole to even get an appointment? You know, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. You don't sell real estate. We all don't sell real estate. We sell service. Okay? So that's how it's done. Now, I need you to log into the website, Marcia, down at the bottom of the page. If you can go right to the bottom of the page and click on sign in. Thank you so much. And by the way, we'll remove the website under construction. Oh, this website's still under construction, people. We're still doing work with her, and she's kindly consented to allow us to log into the website. So the reason we're not getting any feedback for those coming in late, it's because our audio wasn't working. It's working one way. Okay, let's... Okay, now we want to get rid of that. Oh, by the way, there's the special deal. It's limited time offer. It might be gone by tomorrow. I don't know, but it's normally $199 per year, and you got a chance for $159 for the year. Again, we're the ones that set this all up, so you can give us a call, and we get you all set up. It's the same price whether you get it from them or us, but the advantage when you get it from us is we totally help you design it, get all the widgets going, help you with the website promotion, help you with design, graphics, all kinds of good things. So we want to get logged into the website. Where do we go from here? Maybe it's down at the bottom. Hang on, let's just double check. Okay, claim your discount. Now, how do we skip this message and continue on? That's what I'm going to do for the moment. There we go. Now we're getting logged into the website, and we're going to get into now this actual search engine optimizations that some people are paying from $100 to $1,000 a month to search engine people to do, and we're going to show you how to do it. I'm going to click on Edit on Marcia's website. And we're going to bring this up on the screen. And what you're going to see now is the main front page on her screen. Okay? And we're going to go to page settings. Now, every website has this stuff that I'm showing you. This is the page title. This is the meta description. And this is the meta keywords. The meta description, meta keywords, and you want to make them all the same. Now, I can't talk to Marcia because we're having an issue with our phones right now, but wherever you see the word Toronto, you change it to your city. So if it's Miami, Greater Miami area, Greater Miami area, Greater Miami area. Mississauga, you can put in Mississauga, Mississauga, Mississauga. Wherever you see the word Toronto, you put in your city. I'm just going to hold it here for a moment so you can get a good handle on this. So what we wanted to do is I said mark down the numbers from 1 to 8 on your piece of paper, one under the other. The very first thing you should mark down is domain names. You want a domain name with your city and the word real estate. That's a really good start. And then you want the page title. Well, in here, the word real estate is in the domain name and the city is in the domain name, is in the page title. And it's good to have a domain name with Toronto in it. TorontoRealEstateInfo.com, Greater Toronto Area Real Estate.com, anything with the word Toronto and real estate in it. But people, when you search Toronto on the internet, there's over 2 million results. Okay, so you're going to get lost in the big cities, and there's a lot of people further ahead that are doing a lot of advanced, even more advanced search engine optimization than what we're covering. We're covering highlights today, but links to other websites take years to sometimes build up. Links to other websites and links from other websites to your website can really help you come up in the search engines of the world. You can mark that down as something else. So the meta keywords is the same thing. Now here's where you're going to be putting the neighborhood. So if you're really working certain areas of the city of Toronto, the annex area, you can be putting in annex, and you can putting in some of these areas which have a lot less competition for it because other brokers haven't even figured out how to do this stuff yet. And you can get a jump on some of these other areas because people will search certain areas, waterfront, etc., you know, in these different areas. So those are the words. Now we're up to number 4, which is getting the name Toronto into domain name number 1, the page title number 2, the meta description number 3, and the meta keyword number 4. Now, if you need to go through that with your own your own website company, and then we work with over 30 website companies out there, and we help with you with them all. You get a hold of them and tell them you want to work on your meta description and meta keywords. But before you do that, I'm going to give you each and everyone for attending $75 for attending today. And how I give it to you is by simply letting you know that you can take advantage of a $75 offer from Google to open up a Google AdWords account. You should write that down on a piece of paper, Google AdWords account. And you go down to the first $75, you tell them Gary Nuska from ICIWorld said that I can get $75 worth of advertising absolutely free. And if you end up getting $75 worth of advertising and you advertise and you got a call on a property for $2 million and you went out and sold it in 2.5% commission and made $50,000, you know, I wonder if you might invite us out for lunch and let's have a beer together or have a little filet mignon someplace together with the family. If you happen to make 50 grand right away. Now, we've had other people make $50,000 and more by learning our how to work exclusive information, but that is the subject of another webinar that we run monthly. You simply go to ICIWorld.com and you click on for members. There's 2 webinars running monthly. This one here, how to promote your website, and the other one is mastering the powers of the internet and how to work exclusive information. So now we've got 4 items on the 1 to 8 that cost $4,000 to learn by going on these search engine conventions. And the next one for number 5 is this. Now, no one really knows the algorithms that Google does. Matt from Google, who's in charge of all of this kind of stuff, can you click on back to office for me, please, Marcia? For some reason, I can't do it. Back to office up there. I'm trying to click on it. Maybe I'm losing the internet here a little bit for a moment. Uh-oh. Marcia, presenter. Now, Marcia is offline for some reason. Okay, and I can't go back because she is offline. Now, I could leave it here for a moment and see if she comes back. But the very first sentence on the page, can you mark that down? This is number 5. The first sentence on the page, you must include the same items that you have in the page title, meta description, and meta keywords. So in other words, if you have Greater Toronto or Greater Seattle or whatever town you've got to put that on the first sentence on your page and bold it. You can bold it. If you bold it, then Google does a search. So if it started with 1 million results, then they see you got it in the page title, the 750,000 results. Then they notice you got it in the meta description. That means you're getting more serious. You really do cover that area. They're down to maybe 500,000 results. Then you got it in the keywords as well. Now they're down to 250,000 maybe results or 100,000 results. And then you've got it on the first sentence on the front page of your website. And we're going to switch away from Nadia right now and switch back to me because she's offline. And let's just go back here and go back to my front page. And so if you've got it on the front page let me go back to her website. Hang on one second, nadiap.com. Here we go. And you'll see that she's got that home page that we're talking about. Where is her? Okay, now the home page, we're suggesting that it should be right here and it's not here. So that's something else that we can also work on her website with as well. In other words, getting welcome to Royal page. Oh, actually, she's got it. Your source for real estate in Toronto. Toronto and real estate is on the first sentence on the front page. Very important. That's part of the algorithm that sometimes Google has used either in the past. I don't know if they're still doing it, but it sounds to me like a good thing to continue to do on their part. And so now you're up to number 6. And then if you were to go to number 7 on your list, it's to have it mobilized. In other words, to have a mobile website as well. So number 7, you can mark down as mobile. You got to have a mobile website attached to this. Number 8 could be registering your domain name for 10 years rather than 1. Here's another good one. Register your domain name for 10 years rather than 1 year. Again, Google's just trying to eliminate who are the most serious people. The most relevant was the word. The key word is relevant, to make the websites relevant and to get into the search engine optimization to have your website come up in an organic. Organic is a natural fashion without having to pay any money. Again, in the major centers, you're going to have to go pay-per-click to get up there. But in an organic fashion, in all the small communities, you should be able to get right near the top or on the front page with a little bit of luck. And those are some of the items there, having it mobile. Now, when we said number 7 is mobile and registering your domain name for 8, I'm going to add a 9th one here now, and that is you want to get all your social media onto your website. The social media has to be on your website. Now, if we were to look on this website right now, can we do any work with social media? Let's go down to the bottom. Social media is not showing yet, so that's something that Nani can work on as well. Listen, this is all cutting-edge technology, people. Everybody's learning this stuff for the first time, and everyone has been making wonderful, wonderful steps. And some of them are baby steps, and some of them are a little longer steps, getting this stuff working for you. Well, we really want to pick up the speed. We want to get every single one of you doing all this stuff. And now we've got it down to a science. You just simply click on make an appointment, and we'll go over literally the top 9 items to get to the top of the search engine. We'll go over that with you if you give us a call and help you do that. Okay, that was, how much did it cost us to learn that? Yeah, a lot of money going down to these search engine conventions to kind of learn that stuff, and we've now shared that with you. Okay, let's kind of continue on here, and we're going to move on a little quicker now that we've covered some of the major stuff, and we're going to go from here. Now, we also have to go over this stuff and review this stuff on your own time. You can actually go to ICIWorld.com, and you go down the page, and you'll see something here called For Members. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to kind of move all this stuff up. And you're going to see that for members, there's training and support for executive members. There's how to register for future webinars that if you cannot make it, we'll record them. You'll get a copy by email after the event. I stay here after today's session, and then I try to save it to, we save it to an MOV file and then convert it to an MP3 file, and then, or MP4, and then we get it sent out to you by email. So we can literally have hundreds and hundreds of people registered here and get copies by email sent to them afterwards. We actually have the ability to have up to 10,000 registrations. And as time goes on, when we start to promote, we have not spent a lot of money promoting on the internet, but we're going to be embarking on a campaign to do that in the future, and that's through using Facebook and everything else. And everybody can listen into these free webinars and kind of get into them. Ordering the mobile website is right here once you're a member, and then also ordering the widgets here once you're a member as well, and that's how you do it, ordering that. But I wanted to point out that ICIWorld, and it is an educational YouTube channel. I'm going to click on it, and you know, it's amazing how we don't get a lot of hits on these because a lot of people have already seen it for the first time when they first listen in to it, but here they are for review for you. how to promote a website. And this was just 3 weeks ago, and we've had some people are starting to take it seriously there. That's 8 views there, 41 views on that particular one. So we're working a niche market. We are going to real estate salespeople in our area. Now, a lot of people, this applies to no matter what website you have. And a lot of companies already have websites and they already do a lot of this stuff, but we're coming at it from a different angle where people don't want independents and want to take advantage of it themselves, and also the large companies, because there's a lot of great ideas to help make your own websites work. You can take all of these things in and kind of make them work for yourself. Again, websites can be like billboards. You can have more than one and they can all be generating leads for you, and you can link the two together as well if you have more than one website. Okay, so these videos, the only thing is if you ever play a video using your phone or your computer, make sure that you're using Wi-Fi and not using your bandwidth when you're doing that kind of stuff. All right, now we also have another button here. If you want to mark that down, you should write it down, ICIWorld.com/resources. You should write that down. I'm going to click on it and I'll show you what's in it. And when I click on it, you're going to see there's a whole list of resources here for you. In other words, we cannot possibly hope to cover everything in an hour and a half. I mean, there's companies, there's services out there. This is really a whole 2-day training program. I'm not kidding. It's a 2-day training program to learn all this stuff. So if you're overwhelmed today, it's actually normal to be overwhelmed. However, if you break things down one by one and just kind of digest it slowly and just try to start to make little things work and put things into play, it's sort of like nurturing flowers to grow in the garden and nurturing things to grow. You're starting to getting to put all the things in place that can kind of really work for you. Now, the PowerPoint presentation, there's resources here. For instance, we're suggesting that you also have a resource button on your website, which can be a lead generator for your website, because if you have a large list of resources there, how to calculate land transfer tax, how to calculate legal fees, how to estimate legal fees, how to maybe a moving checklist. We have a list of all of those things. And another one you should have on there is why work with a realtor, and all the things that you do. And that's the most unsung thing in the business today, is the over 40 different legal obligations and things that you have to do on every single sale to make sure that that sale goes properly. And if a person wants to take a chance to do themselves, they can get themselves into big trouble, and there's lots of court cases to attest to stuff like that. So reasons to work with a realtor becomes a good reason. Why not have a link to the local events of maybe your city hall, of all the events going on in your area? And if you're in Bloor Street, the village, you've got different things going on from time to time, little parades going on in the city, so link to the Metro site that's got the link of all the different activities going on. If you're a Maple Leafs fan, get it on there. You know, people want to know when they move to an area, they want to know all the stuff that's going on. Where are the shopping centers? Where's the community centers? Where's the schools, the parks, the churches? All of those things, places of worship. You want to put all of that into the resource center on your website so that it becomes a hub of knowledge for a lot of different things. And these websites that we have, there's a special resource button you can have, and you can put 50 to 100 resources in the one button, and people can just look up things really very, very quickly and find what they are. So you start sending people to your website, and somebody calls you on the phone, asks you a question. By the way, have you got our widget on got our website on your phone? Yeah. Why don't you just click on resources? They go in there, bingo, they get the resource that they're looking for. You help them right over the phone, and they can look it up, and they say, oh, this is beautiful. You know, real estate lead generation resources. Today's session is not the be-all and end-all. It's a start. It's a beginning. It's an overview of what's going on out here for lead generation. And there's going to be other people that are doing lead generation that you can learn from all these links that you see on this special resources page. And that all started from ICIWorld.com/resources. Let's move on. Now here's some of the items, pay-per-click to the top of the engine. We covered domain names, page title, meta description, and keywords. Highlighting the first sentence on the page in bold and font. If you ever listen to this video later, you can pause. Every video that you have can be paused. Every video, you can lower the sound if we're a little bit loud. You can increase the sound if it's low. Registering your domain name for 10 years. So if Google comes out and sees that you got exactly the same information as somebody else, but you registered your domain name for 10 years and the other person only did it for 1 year, bingo, you get a little further up the ladder, so to speak. mobile and social media, mobilized your website, and social media for your website. And yeah, every single one of you can get to the top of the search engine within 48 hours of today. Open up a Google AdWords account and get going. Do it. Set a little budget of $100, $200, $300 a month. And people that have done it, I know some people that are doing that, and they're making like $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. Condos downtown Toronto, pay-per-click. You want to compete in that marketplace, you can do it instantly and take a shot at maybe doing some of these pay-per-clicks and see the kind of ads that people that call you that are anxious to maybe go see a property. And if you're knowledgeable about a certain marketplace, you want to be able to advertise that marketplace and get people calling you because you're the most knowledgeable, and you prove it to them right off the bat in the first phone call by just how you talk. Bingo, you're going to be generating business for yourself. Pay-per-click, you can get to the top of the search engine within 48 hours. Absolutely free for the results to come up and display on the screen. It is not paid or taken off your budget until people click on it. Make sure whatever you do, set a budget, set a limit. And if people click 1,000 clicks for $5 a click, you don't want to bill for $5,000. You better set a pay-per-click limit when you do this way. Link references, how to market your website from point 2. There's actually special pages that you can go in and do that. Anybody has a problem getting that. Search engine optimization from Google, I'll just click on that. These are, do you need an SEO? Here's a complete SEO guide for people. What Google Webmasters guidelines, this actually teaches people how to do SEO. Here's the complete structure of what it is that people do on your behalf. There it is. Okay, so that's the kind of things that you can have kind of working for you. Now, I wonder, let me see, can I actually do this? Share the button, kind of trying to see if I can download this thing. There was a way that I could play it, but actually you can get all of this right through the internet by going through the pages that we're giving you, and you can find all of that through what we've just kind of shown you right there. Let's move on. Other ways to promote your website, doing referrals. And by the way, someday when you retire, don't ever give up your license. Would you mind making $3,000 to $10,000 for doing 5 minutes of a referral when you're retired someday? So all the retired brokers in the world should keep their license. All the people who are working on other jobs, part-time people, I call it referralbrokers.com. If you write that down, www.referralbrokers.com, you can mention it to other people in your offices, referralbrokers.com, and www.retiredbrokers.com. These are programs from ICIWorld that can help you just do referrals for the rest of your life. I mean, with one broker doing 15 referrals, he made $45,000 just doing 15 referrals. You can be generating leads from your website and doing referrals. So get excited about it. It's there. The tools are here. You may not be using them. That's the reason you're not doing it, but people can absolutely be doing it. Now, start handing out more of your business cards with your website on it. Now, when you hand out a business card, if you just say, I've got a website with lots of listings, that's not enough. You got to tell them you've got slideshow displays, color photos, you've got residential listings, you've got commercial listings, and you got to tell them that you've got exclusive listings that are not on real estate boards. You got to tell them what you've got on your website, and then show them. Pull out your phone and actually show them the color photos. It's beautiful. And now if they say, well, my other friends got the same thing, you show them the exclusive listings that you have, the exclusive buyers and sellers listed on your website that you have that they don't. Make sure you sell the content of your website. When you have a shoe store, people, you go in there because of certain kinds of shoes, or you go to buy a suit because of certain kinds of suits, or a certain kind of a make of a dress or something at a shopping mall. You're looking for certain things sometimes within the store. You got to be selling the things that are within your store. You've got an investor, tell them you've got power of sales on your website. You got a builder, tell them you got 200 pieces of development land, infill sites, condo sites, all on your website. People are looking for a business, tell them you've got hotels, motels, gas stations, restaurants. Tell them that stuff. And if they're looking for a condo, you've got condos that are coming for sale that are not even on the Toronto Real Estate Board. You've got them coming for sale before they even get to the board. And then you tell them once the listing is signed, you can call them back, and they can be one of the first people through the property to have one of the first chances once the listing is signed. So those are the things that you do to promote your website. And you've got, you know, what do you call that when you've got condos being built? Oh my God, name has escaped me. I got to go find it right away. When you've got a condo that's being built, there's a name for it that, you know, you're going to find that these things are not on real estate boards. Let's just, actually it's a condo, so I want to do the condo market. Let's go to residential keywords. There's what I'm looking for, assignments. These are assignments. I'm just going to show you over the last year the assignments that have been coming through here that are not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. There's some of the ones. There's ones coming for sale, 360,000, brand new. It's an assignment. You know, what happens is people are buying a property, and then partway through, while they're waiting 1 or 2 years for the property to be built, they get transferred. They've got to sell that property. They've got to move it out. Well, some of these things, they're prevented from doing so for various reasons I'm not going to get into now. But you can put it on ICIWorld. You do things in a confidential fashion. It's a great way to kind of do it. And these are not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. So there's a great service that we're providing to help brokers do business in the marketplace with all the confidential information, all the FSBOs that are out there. You can be working them through ICIWorld and triggering business. How else can you promote your website? Walking from businesses in your downtown. It's getting ready for the warm weather. Get excited. Buy a new pair of running shoes. Put them on, and a nice sign of when you get 75-degree weather, get out there and go downtown and go business to business, handing out your business card, walk in, and the proprietor is usually the one that's opening the place up. Come in, say, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm the realtor in the area, and here's my business card. I got a website. It's got all the homes for sale in the area. We've got commercial properties, and ask them this other one question. Wondering if you're looking to buy or sell anything in the next 1 to 5 years. You will be surprised at what that opens up. They might say, well, actually, my son's looking to buy a property downtown Toronto, a condo. What have you got? And bingo, you pull out your phone, you click on the word condos on ICIWorld and bring up all the condos sorted by price. Then you show the MLS as well. You show all these properties you've got. And you can show the interior photos, color slides, show them the rec rooms and the pools that all these places have got. And you know how much it is and have your budget ready and say how much it costs. And you can be doing that, and I recommend it's great exercise. And when you go from exercise and do that an hour a morning and go from business to business to business, you just covered all the businesses in your market area, and every one of those people either own or rent properties or lease, and they also are doing commercial business, so they're looking to do investments. They're all a great source of business for you. And okay, what else can you do? Well, of course, ads in your newspaper. You know, when you put an ad in the newspaper, it's for one house. That's it. Why not at the bottom of your ad say that you've got thousands of listings on your website, exclusive and MLS? Why not say that? And then that way, when people go to visit and see the one listing, they can see all these other listings as well. You've got to let the people know. It's a great kept secret, and a lot of people are keeping all their listings a secret. Got to let the people know. We've already talked about the keyword rich domain name, getting the word real estate in your domain name, and you're going to get what is called an analytics, an AdWords. You're going to be able to analyze different words that you can be optimizing for your website, and you're going to be getting that from Google AdWords. Remember to get your 75. Actually, ask them for $100. I think they'll give you $100. It used to be $100. Nobody's given me the feedback lately on whether they got the 100 or they cut you down to 75, but try to get the 100. Domain names, you can have more than one domain name pointed at your one website. So you can have 3 domain names pointed to your one website, no problem. The meta tags, we've already covered that, and we're going to wind down here because we've got less than 13 minutes left. This is a 90-minute session that should be a full day session. I've packed, jammed, crammed it full of stuff. Is it better to go slow and cover it in 5 sessions? I don't think so. Everybody, let's get it all done in one. You can just play the video back and listen to it again. Our videos do cover different things each month, but a lot of them cover essential items. So you can listen to it on the internet, on our ICIWorld YouTube channel, and get everyone in your office to do it as well. Sponsored links, that's That's the one where you pay so much a click. Now, you can bid in a smaller community, you're going to have to check it out. What does it take to get to the top of the search engine for your particular area? That's the question. You can talk to Google AdWords and then experiment with it. It could be $1 or $2. I know in some cases for websites, people are paying $5 a click because they get one person calling and bingo, they talk them into it and away they go and they just made money. That's for selling all kinds of things on the internet that you can be doing. So you can start with a budget, and I'm going to suggest a 3-month campaign. And if you don't get results within the first month, I'm going to recommend you give us a call. And we might even do a conference call if you wish me to help you make sure that you're taking advantage of advertising. If you're advertising with Google, pay-per-click, you've got to be making money. Otherwise, why do it? So they can say, well, you know, you got 1,000 clicks. But you know what happened to somebody? Somebody was advertising in Kingston, Ontario. So they advertised Kingston real estate, and they got 1,000 clicks, and they got no business. Well, when we checked with Google, we found out a lot of people were searching for Kingston, Jamaica, and coming up with Kingston, and they clicked on a listing, and meantime, it's using up your budget when really the person was looking for Kingston, Jamaica. So you've got to watch what's happening with your keywords. So that's why I'm saying book a little 30-minute appointment with us. Give us a chance to go in. There's about 20 different things that could be going wrong, and let us think. We've got to put our little hard hats on and really kind of put our thinking caps on and really think about, go to work and try to figure out why you're not making money in that particular area with your particular website. But give us a chance to help you. Don't just abandon it. If you have a flat tire in a car, you don't abandon the car. You get it fixed. We are the fixers to help you get this stuff working. We're an information service provider. We've been working on it for 20 years or more and more since 1994. So we've gone through the school of hard knocks. We had 1 year where people were not clicking on the logo which had the world listings in it. We found out people didn't know to click on the image. They didn't click on the image. So we put another statement in. Click on the image or click here. Actual words. All of a sudden, they started to get results. But that took a whole year of people, you know, not renewing for a while because they weren't getting results. So there's some things always a little bit wrong sometimes that we got to kind of figure out. And I want to thank everyone for the patience and all the patients that are members. Just really appreciate everyone's loyalty getting on here and working with us to try to make this stuff work. Okay, let's move on. There's your search tool, getting the $75 free. Just ask them for it, and they're going to get you the search tool, and they will also have a lot of help for you as well. And we're running down. Let me see. Do I have 10 minutes to click on that? Yeah, I do. Okay, your Google AdWords. You're going to have basics start to get going with AdWords, best practices, and all that stuff, and you're going to have a wealth of experience and advice to kind of help you get going with all of this good stuff to make it work. We want to make it work. That's why we're doing all of this good stuff here today. Alrighty, home pages are like billboards. You can have more than one. Make sure every time you send out an email, make sure you got your website in it. You want to drive traffic to your website. Get your website address in the signature file of every email that goes out. Google has Gmail. They have a little signature file that when you send out an email, it can have your name, your phone number, your company name, your address, and your phone number automatically appended to every single email going out. A lot of people are still not doing that. I'm letting you know. You should do it. Okay, you can actually, sounds oldish, or a long time ago, but fax multicast, it actually worked. I remember someone was sending out a fax multicast, and he got a story from the one gentleman that the gentleman called him, and it was leasing a property, one of the lease another property, and he says, well, I was getting your commercial faxes coming through here, and you know, I got them all piled up here, and I figured I might going to call you because I got, you know, some business I want to do, and I'll give you a chance to help me. Bingo. So that was getting permission to do that stuff can be very important. Maybe you can do this once a month, once a quarter, you know, getting permission for people to do that, or do that with your email. And but the email, you know, it gets lost. It gets bounced around. People don't open it if they're in a rush. But the fax, it's a piece of paper that falls on the floor. They pick it up and read it. You know, so you could be sending them the latest listings for the area, the new up-and-coming events, what charitable events are running in the area, some of the latest properties that may have sold, that kind of thing. You join a builders construction association and go to one meeting, sit down with the 6 builders at a table and say, hold up your business card and say, I've got 200 pieces of development land exclusive on my website. All 6 of those builders will try to grab for that card right away. You watch, because they're always looking for land, and a lot of the land is not on real estate boards. So those are things you can do. You can develop a nice newsletter to go out every once in a while, and you can develop your blog as well from your website, and that can also be helping you to generate more leads for your website. Joining groups, passing out cards, doing a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute testimonial. Get everybody in the room to go to your website and say, see how you can search. Let lawyers and doctors and accountants know that you have a website that, they can go there and check all the investment properties. And if they want to buy a $2 million apartment building or buy a group of them want to buy a little shopping center and network together, go to your website. You've got a list of the exclusive opportunity. There's over 400 shopping centers. 90% of them are exclusive, not on real estate boards. Get them to go to your website. Now, if they go to your website and call you on a number, you can do a referral if you're strictly residential. But I am going to recommend that every one of you take the CI10 program from CCIM.com. It'll take the mystery out of commercial real estate right off the bat, and then you're going to be on your road to success of starting to help people, show them how they can make money, paint a picture of how they make money in real estate investing. And that's what the CI101 program from CCIM.com can do for you. The local chapter website is CCIMCanada.com. The courses are ongoing at the Toronto Real Estate Board, and you can do that. I happen to be a CCIM. I'm the past membership chairman for the last 10 years and past president. I'm also moving on into the CIPS area now. I just finished the courses for the Certified International Property Specialist because that's truly a worldwide organization as well, which we like to help them network worldwide. Okay, social media, make sure you got it working. If you don't have that on your website, you're missing out. And if you don't have LinkedIn, it's like your business card. Let the people know your professional designations. You belong to the Canadian Real Estate Association, National Association of Realtors, Ontario Real Estate Association, Toronto Real Estate Board. Let them know. They've all got codes of ethics, codes of rules of business conduct and guidelines, and people like that stuff where they feel there's an element of trust there, and they can see that you're members of certain groups and professional organizations, and you've got extra charitable events and things that you do, and you got, family man and or lady or whatever, and those are things that you can show by having your Facebook and your LinkedIn and all of these things working for you. And so yes, these can actually help convert people, and some people in your family don't realize you've got a website and you're so well plugged into all the buyers and sellers in the marketplace. So by having a fan page and by having a business page on your Facebook where people can click in, your family members, they'll say, oh my God, look at how well connected they are. Look at all the buyers. They got exclusive information that other brokers don't have. So all of these social medias can kind of help you. There's some more things that we can do. They get covered in, but we got less than 5 minutes left. I'm just going to kind of go through. You're going to study the keywords with AdWords with Google. Don't try to trick the search engine. Some people have been knocked right off of the standings when they try to trick them. Finding keywords, you're going to get that suggestion tool from Google, so I'm not going to go into that. Linking to other sites. If you want to link to a mortgage broker's website, get them to link to you so you can have your real estate website on your mortgage broker's website. And then that way, and if he complains about it and you've got 2 or 3 brokers, tell them to put all 3 of us on there. Just get us on there. So it's another way that you can be triggering leads from other sites. Reciprocal links, that's what it's all about. Get more links coming into your website. Every link kind of adds to the flavor of you kind of coming up on top of the search engines. Domain names, we've already been through it. We do have a 22-minute presentation on domain names. Let me see. There it is. There, I've highlighted it. It's an MVP file. But listen, if you want to see it, just give us a call, and I'll send that link to you if you want. It is available on the internet on our ICIWorld YouTube channel, I believe, as well. We have it in our resource center on ICIWorld if you log in member management. Set us an appointment and we can help you design. There's 1,000 different designs. It's HTML. You can do anything you want with HTML, people. People say, oh, the standard website. No, you can have anything you want. Now, you might need a graphics designer from $50 to $300, and some people have paid up to $1,000, $2,000, and $3,000 to do things. That's a different story. But We can get you up and running, ready to make money, and then get you to choose the photos and the pictures and the graphics on the front page, and then incorporate those into a nice little slideshow. And that's great to kind of get started. You want to kick it up a notch more than that, anything can be done. You can be working with your own HTML page. Okay, click site fraud. I'm not going to get into that. And no member should go longer than 90 days. Everyone listening to this, without doing business a deal, at the very minimum, developing good business relationships with someone you feel will lead to doing business with someday. Otherwise, give us a call, make an appointment, give us a chance to do a little consultation. 5-10 minutes, bingo, we can start sizing up things quickly. And if it's any more longer than that, we'll do it. We'll do what it takes to kind of help you get triggering leads from every market area of the world this works for. And because you're on the internet, like 3.5 billion people on the internet in North America, people got high-speed access. Everybody's on it. And so, and if you're stuck on trying to do anything with your personal membership on ICIWorld, 5 to 8 minutes, just give us a call. We'll give you a hand. Get your free advertising from Google. You can type in google.com AdWords. That can be your start to kind of get going. And after today's session, each of you will have a little survey, which I'm going to ask you officially now. If you don't mind, please just fill it in. Take 1 or 2 minutes, fill in that little thing in consideration of me doing this for you and spending our time to design this over the last 20 years. We really do appreciate your feedback. What one thing that maybe you did learn that you feel can be very valuable, and if I had the sound on right now, we would ask you that. But because this is the end of the session, our audio's not working, it'll get working next time. We've gotten through the session today. That completes our session for today. I'm going to leave it on our website, which is the contact name and number up on the top. You go to ICIWorld.com. I'm going to click on the contact button, and there's our name and number. I'm going to leave it with this now and wish everyone have a great day. And we're always here to help you. We really love hearing back from you. So all the best to you, and look forward. And make sure you tell us of your testimonials when you do. We just love hearing about them. And in fact, I'm going to take one moment just to go through some of them just to make sure people know there's a lot of business being done here through the internet. And you'll see all kinds of business being done. Now, if I was to think about the return on investment that these people did for 30 transactions, you're paying $319 a year to join ICIWorld, and you make like a $2.4 million building, that could be at least a $45,000, $50,000 commission. 31 units sold, that's at least a $25,000, $30,000 commission for a $319 investment. What is the return on investment for this stuff? It's great. It's absolutely great, and it gives you a chance to do business that you're not normally used to doing, exclusive type information, which we will teach you how to do in conjunction with your licensing board wherever you're located. In the case of Ontario, of course, it's the Real Estate Council of Ontario. But there's an example. I mean, if somebody's looking for a mobile home park, you can actually send them a link from your website to mobile home parks. You can send people to your real estate website and show them a list of over 200 apartment buildings. You can show office buildings on your website. You've got physicals on your website. You even have churches on your website. There's a keyword for search. You can actually do that. I mean, Doreen Francis learned how to do it, the 3 questions. She found somebody on our database number 2 trying to sell a church. She called them up, asked them 3 questions. You know, will you pay me a commission? And if I bring you a buyer, and will you sign a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have somebody to show? And can I have permission to advertise? And she offered church in Etobicoke, 2.5. Somebody got a call. They give her a call. She showed it. She made $54,000. That's just one example. There's many, many of them here. Get excited, people. We'll work with you until you're generating leads. I want to see every single one of you make money with exclusive information that you cannot make on a real estate board. You know you can make money on a real estate board, get a listing signed if you can get it. But if you don't have, 15 opportunities working for you, that's a problem. And with information, you can have 15 opportunities on the internet working for you. How many listings do you have on the real estate board actually working for you right now? The average in North America is between 0 and 5. Anyways, we're just going to show you some of these and just kind of go from here. It just goes on and on and on, and all the ones that haven't even been put on here. But we'd like to hear from you if you can remember to do so. And that's it for today. We're going to sign out and record the video and get it sent off to everyone. Have a great day. And we appreciate the opportunity to work with every single person. We love it. Okay, bye-bye.